Three, two, one. Welcome back to the final part of the Situation X Review PLUTO series. Me, the host, and the analyst have spent the last 2 months reviewing PLUTO, the manga. We haven't gone through the anime. We've gone through the manga. And it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful journey. This manga by Naoki Urasawa is class. It's class. And it's the final review. The Analyst. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
You know, it's very funny because you're the one who put us on this a while ago. And now we're going through it.
Yeah. It was interesting to see your reactions to the anime. Of course, some people didn't like it.
Yeah.
But as we switched to manga, that's when people started to see the light.
It's just true that manga, I think certain shows, not all the time, but certain shows, the manga is just better to go through than the anime. Especially, I think, Urasawa. Like, I bet Monster through the manga is better than how I watched it on the anime.
Monster is better than the manga.
I bet
I haven't watched
bet
Monster.
Ooh,
Oh, you're betting.
that might be the next one. But yeah, this has been the final part 1 and part 2. We went through the first 24 chapters, I want to say, in part 1, and then in part 2 we read up to chapter 44, and now the final part we're going through chapter 45 to the end. So, the Analyst, where did we leave off, and what were your thoughts as we were going through, the last 20 or so chapters?
Well, I'm pretty sure we left off chapter 44. And this was just before Gezic. This is just before Gezic died, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think he was fighting PLUTO.
So now going past chapter 44, it's interesting to see how they basically killed off the main character and even brought back one of them. And they've basically brought back Astro Boy, which, as I think I already knew, I think I have a theory out there somewhere in the channel where I said, Astro Boy was going to come back and going to make a return.
Yeah, I think he did say that he was not going to stay dead. So Geist is fighting PLUTO. He's fighting PLUTO, and he keeps saying, like, oh, you don't want to do this. Stop, because he's already unraveled the truth that it is Sahad.
Yeah.
And he's trying to reach to him about, let it go, he doesn't control you. And then we find out more about how Abra is the one that's kind of pulling his strings. And then in the end, he gets taken out. Now, I do remember you saying that he was going to last to the end.
He Gezic.
Yep.
I mean, in a way he did, because, as we know, he's a part of Astro Boy now. So you can't say I'm completely wrong, but I wasn't completely right about how he was going to survive.
And I was right, because I said that they don't kill kids and Astro Boy was not going to die. And he actually technically never did die. He was maybe unconscious.
Yeah, fair point.
Just getting that in there. But yeah, Geist gets taken out. It's a very sad couple of chapters. We unravel more about his past and the dream, and we'll get more into that in the review section. And then what happens next is that there's this whole thing about Atom. and how Dr. Tenma is trying to bring back Atom, and he meets Geist's wife. What were you thinking was that about? Did you know instantly, or what were you thinking? Because I was actually confused.
About when he met Geist, why he met his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Tenma in this manga, he's been shown to be a complex character, innit?
Yeah.
So the way he portrayed himself to view robots at the start was, he just believes robots are. He always came there with like a question to ask other people. He's asking people, can robots feel hatred? Do you think robots can feel hatred? What is changing in this world, innit? What is the perfect AI? That's what he's always been shown to push himself to trying to understand and also try to make other people understand. So I think when he met up with Gesicht's wife, it's to show like the audience, us, that it's basically confirmed now, because she started crying over Gesicht and she was like, why can't I forget these memories? I'm a robot, but I have the urge to cry. And he's basically just confirming to her that, yeah, you might be a robot, you might not be made of flesh and blood, but you still have the capacity to feel things. You still have the capacity to hate. You still have the capacity to cry, and you have the capacity to love as well. So he's just, although they're made out of different components, spiritually, they're the same thing, essentially.
No, it was a very emotional scene when Geist's wife comes to Japan with Geist's creator, I think, and she meets Dr. Tenma, and she's crying, she's mourning. But robots are not meant to feel these emotions, but it just shows that they are developing more than humans expected them to, in a way. And she's literally weeping, mourning about his death. And Dr. Tenma is actually maybe one of the few scientists, even though they like to paint him in a bad manner in the world, Dr. Tenma is one of the few people that can actually understand the emotions of the robots. Yes. After that, we find out more about, lots of truths are just unraveled. Like, we're finding out what Darius was doing, because there was a conversation, I'm pretty sure it was between Dr. Hoffman, with his counsel or something, and basically he explains, he wants to know what was the purpose of the Bora mission. And then we find out that
the robot war.
Yeah. You know, the investigation, because you know the investigation unit.
Yeah.
And then we find out what Darius was actually trying to do, and how he wanted to actually prosper his nation. And it's like them George Bush allegations that we've been talking about all these parts. Yeah. You know what? Why did they actually go there? The truth is,
actually, they went there to find an alleged super AI. To be fair to them, they were right about the super AI, but I think the way they went about it wasn't the right thing to do in that universe. In that universe especially, because look at how much harm they caused to their own universe after everything's said and done.
It's a question of philosophy, because I'm doing the Death Note review, right? And we spoke about is light right or wrong about the killing. And it's like, okay, the guy's killing criminals, but the way he's going about it, is he actually doing the right thing? It's the same way, okay, you know that this nation is building something crazy which is banned, but the way you go about it, is it right?
That's a political answer, to be honest.
It's a very political answer.
Certain things you're just never gonna know until it happens, innit? Either it did happen or it didn't happen, and in this case it did happen, and this is what it led to.
So we basically just get a lot of truths, find out, and then near the end, we find out what Dr. Abra's real mission was, his real purpose. And basically, he's so rattled, he just wants to destroy the world.
Let's not even call him Dr. Abra. Let's call him what he is, Bora.
I thought he's Goji.
Bora,
He's not Bora, he's Goji.
Bora and he's Goji. He's Bora, he thinks he's Goji, he thinks he's Dr. Abra. That was like the whole dilemma.
What? I thought he's Goji who made Bora, but he's also Abra.
No, he's
Bora is that thing that's in the earth that's gonna blow up.
Yeah, and that was him.
That wasn't him.
That was him.
No, he created that. He's Goji who created that.
He is Bora, yeah. He thinks he's Goji. He thinks he's Abra.
No, he made Bora, and he's Goji who made Bora.
Thought he made Bora.
Okay.
He thought he made Bora.
Okay, so listen, let's find out. Let's find out. This is gonna be live. Check in. He made Bora.
How can he make himself?
No. Bora, do you know how he said? Darius basically wanted to make a robot that would bring water to the desert.
Yeah.
And he tasked Goji, who was the great scientist, to make it. Now, Goji was a scientist who died, and he had a student called Abra. Then Abra gets injured in the war. There comes a robot, takes the personality of Goji, and turns that super robot from something that was going to bring water to something that was going to destroy the planet, which was Bora.
Are you talking about the super robot which was asleep? You talk about that one, the one he made with the Tenma.
I think that's a different thing.
Because the way I understood it, that the robot that was asleep, yeah, was Bora, because he said, he said Dr. Goji and Dr. Tenma made Bora. And then that's when he starts having a mental collapse. Because he then gets revealed that Goji isn't actually a real person, and it was actually Dr. Abra who created Bora with Dr. Tenma. That's when he realizes Dr. Goji is not actually a real person. And he believed himself to be it was like a whole loop where, Dr. Abra now thinks he's a human who's just been turned into a cyborg, when in reality he's a robot which woke up believing he was Abra. He then created a whole narrative in his head that Goji created Bora.
No, what I got from it was that the two people is Goji and Abracadabra. And they even said in one of the chapters that Abracadabra made Pluto and Goji made Bora.
Yes. That was like, that's the whole thing. Like Abra made, you said Abra made Bora, innit?
Abra and Goji are the same thing, but Goji made Bora and Abra made Pluto.
No, I don't think that's what it was.
Let me find the chapter.
I think literally Bora, because where else did Bora come from?
Bora was made by Goji. Abra made Goji.
And Goji... We need a level of research. This detailed level of research, because there's no way we got two completely things from the same text.
Now I'm going to find the chapters. See? Look. Chapter 64, yeah? This is Dr. Tenma. Bora is AI. Bora's AI
is Goji. Yeah.
Okay, no. I think we're both right.
Bora is Goji.
Listen, Bora is something that Goji created.
Well, that was
Bora
just
was
fake
originally.
narrative.
Oh, okay, no. You're right. He did, because what he did was he transitioned his AI into Bora. But he originally made Bora separate, but he put his AI into A. No, you're right.
Yeah, and he began to think, oh, him and Bora are different, when in reality, he did the same thing.
No, but he put his AI into Bora. He wasn't always Bora. Okay.
Yeah. Bora is like, Bora is the thing with the atom bomb. The
Anti-proton
proton bomb. Yeah, anti-proton, yeah.
Because Bora was originally going to be a robot that was going to bring water. But then he's put a bomb in him and then put himself inside Bora. Anyway, listen, it's a very complex ending. But you know what? Naoki Urasawa, if you check his Reddit, everyone's always saying this guy's got a bad ending. I don't think it's a bad ending. I just think it's a complex one.
I think he leaves people on a cliffhanger so much, because even at the end of PLUTO, like, I don't know what to think of him.
Anyway, let's get into the great review. So, if you've been following this series, you know that we like to do the big five different topics. But since this is the final part, we think it's best if we just do one review talking about our final thoughts, and then I guess maybe we'll have not a prediction section, but just thoughts on our predictions. So let's talk about the MC Geist. Thoughts?
When all was said and done, he was the GOAT. I think in the manga, he was the greatest of all time. This guy came, done his thing, and then after, but I think the way he died was, I still don't understand the way he died. All I know is, one panel he was alive, talking to the little robot that must have followed him from Persia, innit? And then next moment, the robot falls, and then he falls and he has a hole in him. But I'm not sure if it was like something.
The robot shot
between
him.
That.
The robot shot him. Abra
it was a robot, innit?
Abra was controlling the robot, and the robot shot him.
It was the robot that shot him, innit?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like I saw like the robot's hand look like a gun in it. Yeah. But I was just like, surely it wasn't the robot that shot him. I was just confused. But from that, we get to see that we get to basically realize what that whole 500 Zeus it was. 500 Zeus dream was.
Yeah.
And it was basically just him remembering the time that he got a son. He got his first ever boy. And then that links back all the way to why Gezish killed someone, because the robot child that was attacked was actually Gezish's child.
Was it?
It was actually Gezish. Yeah, it was. That's what. I realized after. The robot child that was attacked was Gezish's son or daughter. I don't know what gender the robot was. I'll be honest. Yeah. But it was that which was attacked, and then after, that's what led Gezish to be so full of hatred that he went to kill the guy. That's why they erased his memories of the child as well.
Wait, so the murder was linked to his son?
Yeah.
I didn't
the
know
robot that was attacked. Remember the guy's brother?
No, I know. Yeah, the person
guy,
he was killing. He was killing robots.
He attacked Gezish's son, which then left Gezish to be infuriated, which led him to kill the guy. That's why they had to erase his memories.
Is that how his son died?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't know about having a son.
No, yeah, I know that they
he-
erased the memories. I know they erased the memories.
Yeah. That's literally why they erased the memories, because of the hatred that he felt. I think that's, as far as I know, that's the second case of a human killing a robot killing a human.
But I thought they also erased the memories because he was going to kill himself.
It might have been that as well, but the main reason was definitely because his son was killed.
Because he was feeling kind of suicidal and emotional because he broke the rules. So he was thinking about killing himself, and then they didn't want to lose their asset. But they actually have been baiting this for a long time, because obviously we've known guys just got memory issues, but like him and his wife went to Japan, but they think they didn't, but they've been there before. We keep seeing this dream, and then it turns out that this dream is actually him remembering when you could say adopting his son, when he found the robot in the scrapyard. Yeah. This whole time I thought that dream was like linked to the teddy bear or something. Nah. And then Guys technically saves the day because it was his memory stick that went into Atom, which revived Atom. He let Atom, focus and take out and reveal the truth to Atom. Yeah. And it was also the reason why Atom decided to take a different path rather than Agent, because his last memories, people were saying his last memory was one of hatred, but in reality it was just him saying nothing will be born from hatred. Exactly, and he was just thinking of his son at the end, his son and his wife. Yeah, it was a sad ending to a great character. Another thing I think we should talk about is, we talked about it in the review, but Abra. So Abra, if we get the timeline of this character right, this guy was once upon a time. Was he originally Goji? Abra was never Goji. The real Abra, you talk about the real Abra that died. The real Abra that basically died. The real Abra that died created the sentient AI after he died. That's when he must have given Dr. Tenma a data stick which had all his memories in it. So once he gave the data stick with all the memories in it, he then told Dr. Tenma to implant it into the robot as a last-ditch effort to bring it back to life. Because Dr. Tenma made Abra. Dr. Tenma says he made. Dr. Tenma said he made Abra. Made Abra with Goji, I think. No. Abra is a real person. No. This is how, okay. I think he once upon a time was born. Yeah, again, this is what happened. Abra and Dr. Tenma made the sentient AI. The most advanced AI in the world, even. Yeah. They made the one that was sleep. And then when Abra died, he told Dr. Tenma, implant this stick which has my last thoughts in it and put it inside of the AI, in the last ditch effort to basically bring it alive, because Dr. Abra was going to die anyways. So once Dr. Tenma did it, the robot came to life, and it had Abra's facial features and everything. And then from there, it tricked itself into thinking it was abracadabra. And then it created a whole narrative saying, I, abracadabra, and Dr. Tenma created the robot named Goji, but he was the robot named Goji. That's what happened. But Goji was never a robot. Goji was a scientist. No, he is Goji.
Your robot that thinks it's abracadabra is Goji.
Okay. Boris AI is it?
Nah, you're right.
I had to analyze chapter 64. I've had to analyze chapter 64.
Yeah, he's Goji. He's Boro. He's Goji at the same time.
But when he was a
He's
human,
even
he was
more
Abra.
Yeah, but he was never human. He's a robot straight up.
Yeah, but when he was
He's
a
not
human, the person's information, stuff like that. The person who adopted Sahad was called Abra.
Yes.
My gosh, man. So confusing. So confusing. But it's very interesting because so Abra was the super AI. Abra / Goji, that's the super AI. Because remember,
Abra created super AI.
No, but the super AI that was made with Dr. Tenma.
Abra was quoted.
Yes. But you see the AI we're talking about that has 6 billion personalities. The first one.
Yeah.
And then he gets awoken. That is this Abra person we're seeing, because Dr. Tenma said, what does the AI do when he wakes up with all this stuff? He lies to himself constantly and he pretends he's human.
Yes, we'll put him fake Abra.
Yeah, so fake Abra is the one with the 6 billion personalities.
Yeah, he's the robot. He's Goji.
Someone needs to make a timeline. Where they explain who is who turned who to who, because it's crazy.
I mean, the short version I can give you is Abracadabra and Dr. Tenma create a robot, which is going to be the most advanced robot ever created. Due to the attack on Persia, Abracadabra somehow dies. I don't remember how he died, but I think it was an explosion on where they were working, which caused something to collapse on him. He then gives Dr. Tenma a chip to implant with all his feelings, his last ever feelings, to implant inside of the robot, which is Goji. Once Dr. Tenma does that, Goji awakens, but since Goji doesn't know what it is, and since the last memories that were implanted inside of him were Abra's memories, it starts to think, oh yeah, I'm Dr. Abracadabra, and then that's when it starts to form a whole narrative in its head. Oh yeah, me and Dr. Tenma created Goji, and then Goji just never woke up, and I'm gonna wake, and then that's how the whole plotline of PLUTO begins.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but PLUTO was actually never any super AI. PLUTO was just a very powerful AI.
PLUTO was just Sahad.
Yes. He was not like some... So how did someone like PLUTO take out all the big 7? If he's not like some super AI, he's just an AI made by Goji.
I mean, Sahad was he was a form of a super AI, but also the abilities he was given with his new robot body, the new robot body that he uses, it allowed him to be on par with the robots of the world.
Because in the end, you could say, okay, guys actually let him get away, Epelson let him get away, Atom let him get away. But then the other guys, Brando, Hercules, Mount Blanc, Norse 2, they were actually fighting for their lives and they all lost.
Yeah. Could Gazish have killed Birim? That's debatable. Gazish had him, but I don't know about killing it. Actually, no, he could have killed him with his weapon.
He could have killed him, but he relented.
Epelson, yeah, she or he could have definitely killed him.
Speaking of Epelson,
she just chose not to.
Speaking of Epelson, it was a very sad ending. I thought she was survived to the end.
Protecting the child. Yeah, she died protecting the child and the other robot.
And I guess the final thing we could talk about, I guess, is the ending, is about how basically Abra, Goji, fake Abra, whoever this person is, decided, I'm blowing up the world. You know,
Yes.
you know TFS Abridged?
Yeah.
They've recently been releasing a lot of shorts. And I saw one of the shorts of the original series. And I was looking at the shorts of when Cell decides to blow up the world. That's literally what Dr. Abra did.
Yeah, but his reason, I didn't understand his reason.
I think he just said bunny.
Because if I'm being honest, yeah, the way it ended left a lot to be answered, because first off, I still don't fully understand what the teddy bear was, but the teddy bear's whole plan revolved around the world being exploded. So how did he have that information? Was he just manipulating everything?
I can't lie, the teddy bear, I clocked it. The teddy bear is Ultron, essentially. The teddy bear was a super AI created by the US. The US thought that the AI, they're controlling the AI, but the AI had its own motives. And essentially, the AI wanted to do an Ultron. He knew everything PLUTO was doing, everything Abra was doing. And essentially, he wanted the world to get blown up. He knew robots would survive. And he said, oh yeah, because remember he told the president, yeah, 10% of you will survive.
Yeah. But also, at the end of the manga, one of the last things we hear him saying is, Brow 1589, he says something, and then he's like, oh, have you really come to save the heart of Atom? Which just didn't make sense.
Because Brow 15 kills him, right?
As far as we know,
yeah, I'm pretty sure Brow kills him.
I mean, all we see is the throw. We don't actually see the actual consequence.
Because as far as what I understood, the super AI made by the US was kind of like dark, like cold. Like he basically, remember we spoke about this in part 2. He basically just wanted to have a metal world, a world run by the robots.
Yeah.
And he manipulated Tharaka's invasion. He's the one who told the president to invade Tharaka.
Yeah.
So arguably, he is the master manipulator who controlled everything.
Yeah, he's definitely the master manipulator, because if you really... That also leaves another issue. Now that I think about it, yeah. No one knew about him except from Brow 1589. Why is that? Everyone has been manipulated by this guy since day, and the only one who knew about him was Brow 1589.
That's a good question.
So the way that it's looking like, okay, we have all advanced, we're calling them advanced AI in it, yeah? But in reality, the one who looks like the most basic one is possibly the most advanced out of all of them, and that's Brow 1589.
I mean, we still don't know enough about Brow 15's history.
But if you actually look at the way that the story's going, he's revered like a god. Now he's either revered as a god or a devil towards the robots and PLUTO, because Gesicht and PLUTO, Gesicht and Astro, whatever I called Atom, have both gone to him for like counseling of some sorts.
Yeah.
And everyone knows him. From what we know, everyone knows him. And even the advanced AI had some sort of respect for him. Because he is like, oh, you're going to join the side of that side. You're not going to come on my side. And then he just chose. So Brow 1589, there has to be something about him which just wasn't explained. You know, he must have been the first one.
Yeah, Brow's past. This is an unanswered question. This is simply an unanswered question. I don't know if they've got maybe light novels or a small chapter. I mean, there's no chapters on PLUTO. But Brow was definitely something important. And
He was.
The teddy bear was the master manipulator. We did get that though. The teddy bear was the master manipulator.
But it's in at the end of the day, isn't the teddy bear was a Brow?
I mean, no, Brow is not manipulating the teddy bear. The Brow just knew what he was doing.
He wasn't manipulating the teddy bear, but you could argue without Brow's existence in the story, they would have lost.
Probably.
So it's almost like Brown knew of the teddy bear and he was trying to, not even trying, he did oppose the teddy bear's views and goals. But for what reason, I don't know.
It's an unanswered question, which we will, I was going to say we'll never find out. I don't know whether we'll never find out or we will find out, but maybe what we have to do is we have to do some research and then we come back in a couple of weeks and do like, not the final review, but like a reflection, PLUTO reflection.
Yeah.
But that is it for PLUTO. That is it for PLUTO. It's been a great journey. 65 chapters. But it's done. You tell me, what's your final thoughts before I get mine?
It's an interesting manga. Ending left a lot to be desired, a lot to be known. Left me with a lot of gaps, but all in all, solid manga. If I had to rate it, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 because the story was actually that good. I hope in the future we review more Naoki and Urasawa manga, such as, let me think, 20th Century Boys, Billy Bat, but that's up to you.
Maybe. I know there's a lot of hype with those, especially 20th Century Boys. I know there's a lot of hype. But my final thoughts, yeah, it's a very good story. I've read 2 Urasawa stories. I've gone through Monster, I've gone through PLUTO. He is literally the best at storytelling. The best. It was good. As you said, you know, some of the ending storylines are still unanswered, but maybe that's the beauty of the show. But I've enjoyed it. I would give it, a solid 7, 8 out of 10. But that is us. Listen, I want to thank you for watching Situation X Review. Thank you for the PLUTO journey. If you want to watch another series on our channel, please see the Death Note series currently going on with the Diddler. See the Solo Leveling series with the Expert. Me and the Analyst right now are currently doing reactions to Dragon Ball Daimon. If you like Dragon Ball, check it out. But I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Check the socials.